Indian blood has been the front runner in the world of technology for years on and now, running some of the world's biggest corporations. But what is it about these CEOs hailing from India that have the biggest corporations of the world, collecting them like Thanos with infinity stones? We are talking about Google, Microsoft, IBM, Adobe, and even Twitter. Playing key roles in the success of technology powerhouses all around the globe, these Indian-born tech moguls not only make up a large percentage of Silicon Valley's workforce, but also its founders, making chief executives of major multinational companies almost a new Indian export share byproduct. But why are so many tech CEOs natives of India? To put it simply, the characteristics that enable Indian immigrants to flourish in the United States are also the characteristics that enable a CEO to influence business culture. Getting to the top of some of America's biggest tech companies is something they excel at as if it's child's play. It takes a lot to merely exist, but let it alone get forward. In a country of over 1 billion people, disrupted by corruption, poor infrastructure and restricted opportunities. With this being the constant state for every Indian, they learn to overcome hurdles, makes the most of what they have, and work around their problems. Resourceful as they are in circumstances with the absence of a safety net, they are big on family values and support. Ohana means family in India too. Being so ethnically and racially diverse, acceptance in attitude and ideas is another plus, along with humility close to their hearts. Keeping them humble, qualities like these are exactly enough to make any board of directors sown, especially when the alternative is arrogant firm founders who believe they are entitled to their positions. This explains why Twitter's vote without any opposition backed Jay Dorsey's request to replace him with Indian-born Parag Agarwal in hopes of putting out the fire raging because of their poisonous workplace atmosphere and a lack of sensitivity to abuses on its platform. A much-needed change if you ask us. Now, one could argue that it is because of the highly competitive education system in India overcompensating to keep up with the rest of the world, but when they are not high, they're just as educated white male counterparts. In the end, it all comes down to the culture that they bring to the table. That's alone may be why India excels at generating CEOs. Here's something to bring things into perspective. When Satya Nadella becomes CEO of Microsoft, he inherited a pretty toxic culture from the company's founder, Bill Gates, who was infamous for berating the staff, and successor Steve Ballmer too kept up hardball business techniques until Nadella was appointed CEO and broke the curse. The credit here goes to the Indian Buddhist upbringing. Nadella makes sure to establish a more pleasant environment, refusing to allow anger and violence in the office, but setting himself as an example of empathy, never raising his own voice regardless of the matter. As a result of the culture shift, Microsoft's market values skyrocketed. Sundar Pichai too inherited Google with similar culture issues, but his upbringing guided the corporation into safe waters with his kind, humble Indian demeanor. You see, kindness truly goes a long way. This begs the question why this doesn't talented lead their way beyond corporations in India. To answer that, they are working on it, and this is all thanks to the startup culture causing the next generations of India to stay put. Young and highly educated entrepreneurs are increasingly rejecting the model careers of Indians in Silicon Valley with no intention of migration. In fact, there are now 78 unicorns in India, 30 of these being recent additions. These are startups worth billions and more, and with numbers on the rise and investors swooping in on Indian firms, Silicon Valley's promises of success and wealth is starting to feel insufficient to persuade young Indian talent. We are excited to see how the brilliant minds of the youth can create more competitive and innovative environments to develop firms such as Microsoft and Google in India. That is all for today. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit that big thumbs up button Comment down below if you're an Indian. Share it with your friends. And please be sure to subscribe as well. We will see you in the next video with something really interesting.